Have you ever felt like your spark was fading, but you couldn't quite explain why? You still eat well, take your meds, even go for your morning walks, but something inside feels a little quieter, a little dimmer than it used to. Maybe it started when your sleep changed, or when climbing stairs felt just a bit harder, or when moments of joy felt distant, like you're still here but less alive. Most people think aging steals your energy with big things like heart disease or memory loss. But the real thief, it's far more silent. It sneaks in slowly, and most seniors never see it coming. Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Avery. I've spent over 30 years helping older adults not just live longer, but live better. And today I want to share with you a truth that could change the way you see aging forever. It has nothing to do with pills, diets, or gym routines, and everything to do with something already inside you waiting to be reawakened. Before we begin, I'd love to know which city are you watching from. Type it in the comments below. And if this message speaks to you, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more gentle advice made just for you. Part 1. The silent epidemic: disconnection from physical pleasure. There's a kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being alone. It comes from slowly drifting away from your own body. I've seen it countless times over the years, men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s sitting across from me with kind eyes and steady voices. But behind those eyes, there's often a quiet ache, not from arthritis or illness, but from something harder to name, a feeling that life has become smaller, colder, less connected. They don't say it out loud. Most don't even realize it's happening. But somewhere along the way, they stop feeling truly alive. It's not that they're sick. Their labs are fine. Their heart's still beating. They're getting by. But the spark, the warmth, the deep embodied sense of being he. This, my friend, is what I call the silent epidemic among seniors, though. And no, I'm not just talking about intimacy with a partner. I'm talking about the simple joy of sensation. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the tingle when you stretch after a nap, the gentle rhythm of your own breath, the small but powerful moments where you remember the but sadly somewhat, and so many what they done. Without regular stimulation, blood flow to vital areas slows. Hormones like testosterone and oxytocin decline. Neural pathways tied to memory and mood begin to fade. Sleep becomes restless. Energy dips. And the immune system weakens. Over time, the body starts to age, not just faster, but heavierly. And but it's not. It's neglect. Not intentional, not malicious, just quiet, slow neglect of the one thing that has always kept us grounded in this life, our ability to feel. I remember it did matter. Within a few months of practicing simple reconnection exercises, Eleanor was sleeping better. Her mood lifted. She smiled more. She even started painting again, something she hadn't done in over 15 years. Not because she chased youth, but because she remembered. And when you do, that's when healing begins, not just of the body, but of the heart, the memory, and the soul. Part 2. Why masturbation after 60 is critical for longevity. Let me say something plainly, something you may have never heard a doctor say out loud. Touching your own body after 60 isn't shameful. It's healing. It's human. And it may be one of the most powerful health decisions you can make. For decades, I've worked with seniors who quietly wondered if their desire for physical pleasure was inappropriate, unnecessary, or simply gone for good. They were taught not to talk about it. Some were taught to feel guilty for even thinking about it. But the truth, the medical, biological, and emotional truth, tells a different story. Our bodies were designed not just to survive, but to feel, to circulate, to connect. And when we honor that design, even in simple personal ways, we awaken parts of ourselves that have quietly gone to sleep. Take blood flow, for example. As we age, circulation naturally weakens, especially to the brain, heart, and muscles. But studies have shown that regular self-stimulation increases blood flow to all three. That means more oxygen reaching your brain, more energy for your body, and more resilience for your heart. These are not just nice benefits. They are essential for longevity. Then there's stress. We all know how stress creeps in more easily with age. Loneliness, grief, and change take their toll. But during self-pleasure, your body releases a powerful wave of endorphins, natural chemicals that soothe anxiety, lower cortisol, and ease tension. These aren't just feel-good moments. They reshape your nervous system to sleep better, think clearer, and stay calmer in the face of life's challenges. And the brain. Here's where things get fascinating. Neuroscientists have found that during sexual stimulation, several regions of the brain light up, including areas tied to memory, decision-making, emotional balance, and creativity. In other words, regular pleasure doesn't just lift your mood, it literally keeps your brain young. I've seen it firsthand. One of my longtime patients, Walter, age 74, had gone through a long season of grief after losing his wife. He told me, "Dr. Avery, I feel like I'm slowly disappearing, like I'm only half here." With patience and education, Walter began a gentle reconnection with his own body. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't mechanical. It was about rediscovering presence. Within weeks, he was sleeping better. His shoulders softened. His words were lighter. "I feel like I can breathe again," he said. But here's the most beautiful part. Masturbation after 60 isn't just biological. It's deeply emotional. It's a quiet, personal way of saying, "I still matter. My body is still worthy of affection. I haven't faded, I've just been waiting." And it's not about comparing yourself to how you used to feel at 30 or 40. It's about discovering what feeling alive means to you now in this season, with gentleness, respect, and dignity. When practiced with care and intention, self-pleasure becomes an act of self-compassion, not indulgence. It's a reminder that you are not a machine built only to function. You are a living, breathing, feeling soul, still deserving of pleasure, joy, and renewal. And here's what I've seen again and again. Seniors who reconnect with their physical selves, no matter their relationship status, often begin to move through the world with more clarity, energy, and confidence. They take more walks, eat with more joy, even laugh more freely. Why? Because when the body is honored, the spirit follows. So if you've ever wondered whether it's too late, hear this from me firmly and with care. It is never too late. Your body is still listening. All it needs is for you to say hello again. Part 3, 4 harmful myths that quietly steal seniors' vitality. Sometimes it's not age that weakens us, it's the stories we've been told about aging. Stories that sound innocent, respectable even. Stories like, "I'm too old for that," or "that's not appropriate anymore." But over time, these quiet beliefs turn into invisible chains, binding your body, your mind, and your joy without you even realizing it. Let's take a moment to talk about the 4 most common myths I hear from my patients and why believing them can slowly steal your vitality. Myth number 1, I'm too old for that. Too old for what exactly? For touch, for pleasure, for feeling alive in your body. This idea is one of the most damaging and sadly most widespread. Many seniors believe that because their bodies have changed, they no longer deserve intimacy, exploration, or physical connection. But that's like saying a garden in autumn has no beauty left to offer. In truth, the body after 60 still craves connection. The form may be different, the pace may be slower, but the need is just as real and the rewards even more profound. I've had patients in their late 80s rediscover sensation and joy after decades of quiet numbness. Not because they chased youth, but because they stopped believing the lie that they had to shut the door on their own body. Myth number 2, touching myself is shameful. This one runs deep, especially for those who grew up in conservative households or religious environments. Back then, self-pleasure was often whispered about with embarrassment if it was spoken of at all. But let's be clear, there is nothing shameful about caring for your body. In fact, masturbation, when practiced mindfully, is a profound act of self-respect. It allows you to tune into what feels good, what brings comfort, what stirs emotion. It connects you with your breath, your senses, your presence. Walter, one of my patients, once told me, "I feel guilty, Dr. Avery, like I'm doing something wrong." We spent months gently unraveling that belief. Eventually, he came to see that what he thought was shame was actually just silence. No one had ever told him it was okay. I'm telling you now, it's not only okay, it's healthy. Myth number 3, saving sexual energy is better for my health. This one is surprisingly common. Some believe that holding back physical release somehow conserves energy or protects their strength. But biology tells a very different story. When you engage in regular sexual activity alone or with a partner, your body responds in remarkable ways. Circulation improves. Hormones like oxytocin and testosterone increase. Sleep becomes deeper. Muscle tone is supported. Even your immune system benefits. Think of your sensual self like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. But when you activate it gently and regularly, you're not draining your energy, you're awakening it. Myth number 4, sexual health isn't real health. This may be the most dangerous myth of all. We've been trained to separate the two as if intimacy is a luxury, while heart health or digestion is serious business. But modern science says otherwise. Sexual health impacts every major system in your body. It affects blood pressure and heart function. It influences sleep cycles and brain chemistry. It shapes mood memory and emotional resilience. To neglect your sensual self is to ignore a core part of your biology. It's not a separate category. It's the foundation of whole body vitality. So let me offer this perspective. Choosing to reconnect with your body is not about chasing lost youth. It's not about being provocative. And it's certainly not something to be ashamed of. It's about refusing to abandon yourself. Your body may be older, yes, but it is still capable of joy, of connection, of healing. And when you say yes to that, you say yes to life itself. Part 4, the restoration method. A step-by-step reconnection. Reconnecting with your body after years or even decades of silence can feel overwhelming at first. You might wonder where to begin, or whether it's even possible to awaken something that's been so quiet for so long. But here's the truth your body remembers. Even if you've turned away, even if you've forgotten what it means to feel deeply present, safe and alive, it hasn't. And with care, patience, and intention, you can begin to rebuild that bridge. Not toward performance or pressure, but toward peace, toward warmth, toward yourself. That's why I created the restoration method, a gentle 5-step approach designed especially for aging bodies. It's not a program. It's not a routine. It's a quiet invitation to come home to your skin. Let's walk through it together. Step 1, prepare your space. Before you touch your body, touch your environment. Find a space where you feel truly safe and uninterrupted. That might be your bedroom, your favorite armchair, or even a quiet corner with soft light. Set the temperature just right, not too hot, not too cold. Consider playing soft music, dimming the lights, or lighting a candle. Use a clean, soft blanket or towel. Have a high-quality, body-safe lubricant nearby. This isn't about performance. It's about signaling to yourself, I matter. I'm worth this time. I'm allowed to feel comfortable. Step 2, relax your body and mind. Too often we approach our bodies with urgency or shame. Let's try something different. Sit or lie down in a position that feels restful. Begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your shoulders fall. Let your jaw soften. Feel your spine lengthen. As you breathe, say something kind to yourself in your mind. I am safe. I am allowed to feel. I am still whole. This is not about rushing. It's about slowing down enough to hear what your body has been trying to say. Step 3, gently reawaken sensation. Start by placing your hands on areas of your body you may have ignored for years. Your inner thighs, your lower belly, the soft space between your chest and collarbones. Touch yourself not to arouse but to listen. Use light open palm strokes. Notice the texture of your skin, the warmth beneath your fingertips. You might feel tingles. You might feel numbness. You might feel nothing at all at first. That's okay. This isn't about what you feel, it's about showing up. Think of it as saying, I'm here, I'm listening. Step 4, allow natural stimulation to build. If and when you feel ready, allow your hands to explore more sensitive areas still without expectation. Use slow circular movements. Try different pressures. Breathe. There is no finish line, no goal, only curiosity and kindness. What often surprises people is how deeply they feel, not just physically but emotionally. It may be warmth, it may be grief, it may be release. Let it come. You are not doing it wrong. You are healing. Step 5, pause, breathe, and receive. Once you feel complete, whether that's 10 minutes or 45, pause. Place your hand over your heart or abdomen. Breathe deeply. Say thank you to your body, to your courage, to your willingness to return. This moment of stillness is not just rest, it's integration. It allows your nervous system to lock in the message, I am safe, I am whole, I can feel again. This method is not about pleasure in the way magazines talk about it. It's not about climax. It's not even about desire. It's about presence. And presence is what heals. You don't need to reclaim the body you had at 30. You only need to reclaim the relationship you have with the one you have now. That is where your vitality lives. Not in youth, but in connection. Part 5, overcoming challenges. What to expect and how to succeed. Let's be honest, change at any age takes courage, and reconnecting with your body, especially after years of silence, can bring up unexpected feelings. I've seen it happen to some of the most resilient people I know. People like Ruth, a 71-year-old widow, who once told me, I thought I'd feel better right away, Dr. Avery, but I didn't. So maybe it's just not meant for me anymore. But here's what I gently told her, and what I want to tell you. Healing is not a straight line. It's a winding path. Some days feel alive. Some days feel numb. But every step forward counts. Still, it helps to know what you might face along the way and how to walk through it with grace instead of judgment. 1. The desire for quick results. You might find yourself wondering, why don't I feel anything yet? Or why isn't it working like it used to? That's natural. We live in a world that promises instant gratification. Press a button, get a result. But your body doesn't work that way, especially when it comes to pleasure and connection after 60. Think of it like warming up an old piano. It might be out of tune at first, some keys might stick, but if you sit down with care, give it time, and return to it regularly, it begins to sing again. So be patient. What matters is not how fast you feel something, but that you show up with kindness and curiosity. 2. Inconsistency. Another common challenge is inconsistency. You may begin with good intentions. Try the restoration method a few times, and then life gets busy. Or you get discouraged. Or you simply forget. But this is just like any other kind of movement or mindfulness practice. The benefits come with gentle consistency, not force. Try setting aside a regular time, even just 15-20 minutes twice a week, as you would for stretching or meditation. Think of it as emotional and physical nourishment, not an obligation, but an invitation. Your body thrives on rhythm. When it knows it can expect kindness from you, it begins to respond more openly. 3. Performance pressure. This one is sneaky. You begin the practice, but in the back of your mind is that little voice whispering, it should feel better. I should reach some sort of goal. But remember, you are not here to perform. You're not auditioning for anything. There is no finish line. In fact, placing pressure on yourself to feel something or achieve a result often tightens your body block sensation and brings frustration. Let go of that voice. Let each session be what it is. Some may bring warmth, others stillness. Some may feel emotional, others quiet. All of it is valid. The goal is not outcome. The goal is connection. 4. Lingering shame or guilt. Perhaps the most difficult challenge for many is the feeling that I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe you were raised in a home or faith tradition that saw self-pleasure as taboo. Maybe you've carried that discomfort silently for decades. Or maybe you just never gave yourself permission. If that voice of guilt or shame rises up, meet it with compassion. Ask yourself gently, whose voice is that? Does it belong to my truth or to someone else's fear? Your body is not something to be ashamed of. It is your home. It has carried you through everything, and now it's asking to be cared for, not ignored. A final word of encouragement: reclaiming your sensual self takes bravery, and there will be moments that feel awkward, uncertain, or even disappointing. But every time you return to your body with kindness, every time you breathe and touch and pause with intention, you're not just seeking pleasure. You're restoring life. You are reminding your body that it is still wanted, still valuable, still capable, and that kind of message that heals more than nerves and skin. It revives the spirit. Keep going, gently, patiently, consistently, because you are worth the return. If this message is making you rethink what aging can truly feel like, tap the like button and let me know you're still with me by typing the number 1 in the comments. Your voice matters more than you know. If you've stayed with me until now, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too old to live fully. Not too old to feel, not too old to connect, not too old to come home to yourself. Your body may have changed, your pace may have slowed, but the core of who you are, the part that still longs for tenderness, warmth, peace, and joy, is very much alive, and it deserves your attention. You don't have to chase youth to reclaim vitality. You just have to stop abandoning yourself. Even the smallest step, breathing more deeply, touching your own skin with kindness, taking 10 minutes to reconnect, can open a door. And behind that door is a version of you that is softer, more present, more at ease. I've watched men and women in their 70s, 80s, and beyond find healing they never thought possible, not because they did something extreme, but because they gave themselves permission to feel again. So whatever age you are today, know this: you still deserve to be touched. You still deserve to be felt. You still deserve to be whole. And now I want to invite you into this conversation. What myth did you once believe about aging and pleasure? Was there a moment today that made you feel seen, or maybe even a little emotional? Please share your thoughts in the comments. You never know who might read your words and finally feel brave enough to begin their own journey. And if this video touched something inside you, I gently ask, like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss future content created just for you. We'll keep sharing messages like this because your story matters and your next chapter is still unfolding. Let your later years be your most beautiful, not because you're pretending to be young, but because you are finally living more deeply than ever. You're not fading, you're awakening. And